Stephen Bolton, Commercial Director for Lancashire Business View.
Hi, I'm Richard Slater. I'm the publisher of Lancashire Business View magazine.
So it started 3 years ago. We saw an opportunity to bring the county together. We see our role as connecting businesses, and we think the best way of doing that is face to face. There wasn't a great deal of appetite for celebrating Lancashire Day as it was, and we just thought it was an opportunity to bring the county together to celebrate.
Yeah, I think that's right. And there was moves on the sort of consumer side where Lancashire Day was becoming known as an event to talk about the county in general, but there wasn't a business message attached to it. That's what we felt it was missing, wasn't it? It was the idea of bringing in the business community into the same message. And
a lot of people didn't know there was a Lancashire Day. So when we were speaking to people, they were completely unaware of it. So again, we thought, can we bring people together? Can we really reinforce this message, celebrate local business success, and do what we do?
Yeah.
Lancashire Business Day is on the 27th of November, which is a Friday this year. But what we've decided to do is actually have a week-long campaign which starts on the Monday, the 23rd. So we'll have a series of events Monday to Thursday, breakfast blasts we're calling them, to get people warmed up across the week, covering a range of subjects. And then on the Friday, we're going to be looking focused solely on Lancashire Business Day, bringing the county together and really reflecting on what's been a difficult year, but trying to put a positive spin on it and recognising how good the county is.
27th of November has been what's been known as Lancashire Day for quite a while now, and that's based on hundreds of years ago when Lancashire's first representatives went down to Parliament. And November 27th is a selected date. It's a good date in the diary, really. It's pre-Christmas, and it's a good opportunity to bring our community together. But as we were saying, Lancashire Day, as applied to business, is a new idea, and it's really caught the imagination. Actually, in the first year, which was 3 years ago, I think we had around about 100 people attending, and it's steadily built up to around about 300 last year. It's a shame, really, because we turned this event into something that really, it was a combination of insight and entertainment and sharing knowledge and making new contacts. And what we've been aware of is the business that's being done in that room, bringing those people together. They're starting to trade with each other, and that's really, really gratifying. But given the circumstances of what we have, we can't reasonably host an event for 300 people in a room in November. What else can we do? Well, we can celebrate Lancashire through a series of events that culminate on Lancashire Day on the Friday, on the 27th of November, with the Lancashire Business Week final event.
We saw an opportunity, first and foremost, that we could celebrate Lancashire Day and bring the business community together, and that was always the intention, wasn't it?
There aren't enough opportunities, really. It provided a really good excuse, in a sense, to bring people together. It's literally what we do. What we do is bring people together, and then hopefully they start buying and selling from each other, trading with each other. It's what we're there for. To have another opportunity in the calendar to bring that on board, it's been a massive part of our autumn-winter schedule now for the last 2 or 3 years.
And I think if you can do that over a drink and some nice food, that's the way business should be done.
Yeah, so we're hoping that on, let's say, drinks and nice food, our events are 9 a.m. events, Monday to Thursday for Lancashire Business Week. So let's hope that the drinks and the nice food, well, take your choice, can't you? I think that format's going to work nicely because we get an opportunity to look at different themes throughout the week before bringing it all together, wrapping it up together on the 27th.
This year's probably more intense, isn't it? We're looking at more topics, we're covering more issues, we'll be speaking to more people. And I think virtually we give the opportunity for more people to be part of this.
Yeah, and that's been part of our experience on some of our events, getting bigger audiences than I think we perhaps imagined. But this time, in the past, we've almost relied on using social media outreach to get the Lancashire message out of the county, because we want the rest of the world looking at Lancashire on Lancashire Day. That's half of the point. So social media has served us very well, and we've typically been the first thing on Lancashire Day and the last thing on Lancashire Day, an event in the morning and an event in the evening. When you move into this new format of where we're able to broadcast it anywhere, we can bring people in from right around the world and really generate more focus on the county on that day, in conjunction with work that has been done by other agencies, largely publicly funded agencies. What we've tried to encompass this year in the way we want to deliver the content is a series of themes, and what we're looking for is universal themes as opposed to focusing in on sectors. So the universal themes that we're going to be looking at are change, and that's change within your own business and change within your customer's business, and your need to change to your customer's new needs. That's important to us. We're going to be looking at leadership and how leaders have had to adapt their skill sets and their approaches to business now, and leadership has changed and leaders are changing, and it is fascinating when you ask them what's changed for you over the last few months. The responses are quite extraordinary. We also want to look at people and skills. There's going to be a new story around people, skills, and a dynamic approach to what we do with our people within our businesses and how we reskill them for what's coming next. And our final theme is around well-being, and that's become a massive theme for everyone. And health and well-being, there are significant investments in the county in those directions. It's right that we reflect that, but I think it's even more important that we reflect well-being issues within our businesses. We need to look after our people. We need also to look after ourselves, our managers and our owners as well. And anything we can bring to the table that will assist with that, I think will be seen as a good thing. There are a lot of stresses, and it doesn't matter where you are in a business, in an organisation, there are new stresses that are coming your way. And stress often happens in that gap between knowledge and demand, or knowledge and what's required of you. We're also a little bit more remote from our people. Again, most environments have at least some elements of that. Keeping on top of the needs of your people is really difficult in a remote environment. And I think that what we'd like to do is bring the expertise to the table and share best practice experience, and hopefully that will give some solidity and some security to the business who are finding it difficult. Just keeping in touch with each other is at one level. So it's the communications piece, it's the health and well-being piece, and it's ensuring that we're looking after our people. If we are right when we say that people are absolutely the hearts of our businesses, we've got to make those people the hearts of our businesses and treat them as individuals, because I hesitate to use the word people in this sense, because it sort of conglomerates. And now more than ever, I think we're realising the differences between our individual people, and getting them to perform and encouraging them to perform and facilitating that performance. I'm not sure there's a bigger goal really for next year.
I think people are more willing to be open as well and speak about the issues that they've had.
Yeah.
It's been a challenging year for everybody, and we want to discuss that, don't we? And I think some of the roundtables that we've done recently, we've had really fascinating conversation with people where they have been very open. They've shared their issues that they've faced, and we want to talk about that, and I think we need to talk about that through Lancashire Business Week.
And it's also worth bearing in mind that we haven't just come up with these ideas. They are universal themes, but we've generated these themes in conjunction with maybe 10, 12 other people that brought round our table, because we needed to be sure that we were getting the story right for a broad piece on business as it makes those changes and moves forward. Lancashire Business Week is an absolutely brilliant vehicle for us to do that over a number of days and in a number of ways.
I think the main highlight overall is we've always tried to make it fun, to recognise Lancashire Day, but at the same time to do it with a smile, to bring the characters behind the businesses to the forefront, to put them centre stage, and to make them the conversation.
Yeah. To be honest, we've been absolutely blessed with brilliant speakers. We've been from at the serious end. We've had Andy Bounds from the FT came and gave us a really interesting and in-depth review on the county. We've had Ian Steele, who many people know, who leads the Atkinson's coffee brand, and he's had an incredible summer. Frankly, a retail outlet there's a business that's made differences. Ian was tremendous with insight and just a great story. And I think if I was to say, as a general run about the guests we've had, they have opened themselves up, been honest, and as a result of that, gained themselves a lot of friends.
You're also getting the stories behind the personalities as well, and that's the interesting part, isn't it? You get to learn about the success, the issues that they've had, the the difficulties that they faced. But there's some brilliant stories, aren't there? There's some really brilliant stories of businesses that actually don't recognise that they've got a successful brand. They're just doing it day in, day out. And we're able to just unearth that, and it's fascinating to watch.
And I think that's part of the trick we need to pull this year. I think, oh, that's an awful phrase, but it's ensuring that we bring in that entertainment aspect part of it. You know, I've always believed that if you're going to engage an audience, you have to have them smiling. And so we're doing our best to bring our audiences into these conversations and hopefully entertaining them, informing them. And it's the insight that we're really after.
And also for them to go away inspired, motivated, to then, you know, pick up on things that they might have learnt from the conversations that they can implement for themselves. It's a Lancashire event, it's a campaign. We need to celebrate Lancashire Day, first and foremost. But I think the beauty of this year, almost a benefit, if you can say that, of COVID, is that it's made us rethink. We've gone again, we've come up with a bigger programme, so it's Monday to Friday. There's more opportunity, there'll be more voices. It's just a great opportunity for the business community to get involved.
Yeah, I want them to, you know, from my perspective, is to see that there are people like them out there facing different challenges, but challenges nonetheless. Seeing opportunities, different opportunities, but opportunities nonetheless. And I think bringing our community together, our business community together, it's a brilliant way of, you know, connecting them, getting them to know people, and you know, younger and smaller businesses perhaps need to remember that those bigger businesses are open for business. You know, they're open for a phone call.
Yeah.
And if we can encourage one person to buy something in Lancashire that they would have bought outside Lancashire as a result of Lancashire Business Week, that will be considered a result. Because that's what we've got to do. We want to generate more business within our own county economy, which is worth about 33 billion, or it was pre-COVID. If we can be a facilitator to more activity within the county, job done.
Just shows that if you are creative and you're thinking outside of the box, you can come up with some really good alternative strategies. And hopefully when we look back after Lancashire Business Week, we'll have some really, really good responses, general feedback.
But it works best because we brought in other brains. You know, we have the patrons of the scheme.
Yeah, we had 2 planning sessions with the patrons. We've not done that before. We wanted them to feel as though it wasn't just them putting the badge to it, they're also contributing with ideas and suggestions. And as we've always done with everything that we do, a lot of the ideas and suggestions that we operate are from outside of this building, because we have a good network of business people who want to support us.
Yeah.
So the easiest way for people to register, jump on our website, lancashirebusinessview.co.uk. All the information's on there right across the week, Monday to Friday. Obviously Monday to Thursday, they are individual breakfast blast events, so individual registration for that. But also for the Friday, we're hoping for a bumper crowd, and hopefully people from outside of the county as well, who want to be involved in it equally.
And of course, we welcome people from outside the county to come and join us. Join us from around the world. We want to show you what we do. We want to show you how we talk. We want to show you how we do business. Come and have a look, because there's plenty going on here. We'd really like businesses from outside the county to buy stuff. We'd like them to invest in our county as well. We've got a great set of attributes here. We've got a fantastic quality of life. We've got brilliantly skilled people right across the sectors, a very strong professional services sector, and an extremely supportive public sector right throughout the county. This is a great place to do business. Come and have a look. Come and do business in Lancashire.
The residents of Blackburn. I've been here about 50 years and I like it. And this park is my favourite place to be. I also like Witton Park. I like the people, and I've got everything to say positive for Blackburn.
Do you know what? So have I. It's an absolute pleasure. Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Cheers for that.